girl, Juliana Kovacs. It's crazy how many cities we broadcast in. I want to give a shout out to my neighbors in Long Beach, California on 101.5 FM and a city with just the right amount of wrong, Las Vegas, Nevada on 107.1 FM and 1520 AM through the AM/FM 24/7 Broadcasting Network.
Hey there, Mix Nation. This is Alex Geis with Steve Smith, part of the DJ duo Dirty Vegas. And I'm catching him in between his busy tour schedule. Steve, thank you so much for joining me today.
It's a pleasure, Alex. How you doing?
Doing well, doing very well. So you're about halfway through your current tour. Could you tell us a little more about the experience so far and supporting Glenn Tilbrook?
Yeah, I'm about halfway through a 40-date UK tour, which is a solo acoustic tour. For anyone that knows me or the music that I'm involved in, yes, we make electronic music, and that is our passion first and foremost. But I've always loved the performance of playing acoustic, where it's just a voice and a guitar. I mean, I do use some loop pedals, so there's a little bit of extra going on there. But I love that kind of experience of, like, you've got nowhere to hide. There is no kick drum. There is no synth, to hide behind. It's just the voice and the guitar, and there's a hell of a lot of power in that. And it's a huge passion for me to play them kind of shows. Glenn Tilbrook is an amazing musician from a band called Squeeze, which is actually the first band I ever went to see in the UK as a kid. And
oh, wow.
He said he's doing a tour, and I happen to be over in the UK on something else. So I jumped on this tour, and so far it's just been amazing, because it's introduced his fans to my music, and also, some Dirty Vegas and Steve Smith fans that are coming along have been introduced to his music. So the whole experience has just been great.
And you said you like that kind of raw emotion you get from the live performance versus the DJing. But next week you have a show in Dubai that's listed as a DJ live vocal percussion set. So what exactly does that entail? What is the live vocal percussion part? And is that kind of blending the DJ and acoustic worlds you're talking about?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've DJed for many years, and I actually first came into this business as a session percussionist. So somewhere along the way with Dirty Vegas, we were like, we're gonna bring the live percussion into the DJ set to bring that live element, and then that kind of transpired into the set that we now do, where at any given time during the DJ performance, we'll go into one of our tracks, like a Noah and Pure remix of our track Setting Sun, and I will sing Setting Sun live.
Oh, wow.
So it's a complete hybrid set, and it's never the same set twice. So it keeps it very, very fresh for us. I mean, we'll play some tracks that are favourites of ours, and and like any DJ, when the moment feels right, we'll come from one song into another one, and I play the live percussion, so it gives an extra element to the whole thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure that keeps it interesting for you guys as well. You're not doing the same exact thing every show.
Well, yeah, for us, I mean, the audience can see that we're excited. We're experiencing, something that's special to us, because it's different every time. So, we get a reaction from that, and it makes the whole performance very, very positive for us.
Yeah. Well, speaking of positive performances, actually, I wanted to ask you about your recent performance for Philanthropy for Centrepoint UK. You performed at the Kensington Palace, actually. Can you tell us more about this philanthropic cause and your experience with this?
So, by some crazy some kind of experience, we found out a couple of years ago that His Royal Highness Prince William is a Dirty Vegas fan.
One of his top three bands, he says, right? That he plays as he changes diapers and messes with the kids.
Yeah, it was crazy for us, and we thought, that's a beautiful thing. So we signed some vinyl, and we thanked him and sent him off, and that was that. Then what happened was I used to be an ambassador for a UK charity here called Youth Music, and one of the guys from that charity now works for Centrepoint, and he said to me, the Prince is a real fan of the band, and he'd love you to come and perform at Kensington Palace. Obviously we didn't say no.
Right.
Centrepoint is a great charity. Centrepoint, is for young homeless, and it was actually, the event was what's called the Turnaround Awards, which is for young homeless that have turned their lives around and started businesses, or got into music and basically turned their lives around. And the whole event was incredible. It was it's just beautiful to experience that whole thing. And Prince was very passionate about the charity that his mother, Princess Diana, set up many years ago, and it's something that was close to all of our hearts. I mean, very, very fortunate to grow up in a loving family, and it really does affect me, to know that there's people out there that that won't go home to a warm bed tonight, that haven't got the support that I was fortunate to have when I was growing up.
Yeah, and it seems like you have a real connection to this philanthropic sense, especially in your music. Your last album, Photograph, when the remix version was released, you guys donated all proceeds to the earthquake that went through Italy. What kind of inspired this feeling of needing to give back, and how important do you think philanthropy is for entertainers in positions like yours?
I think it's hugely important. We're very, very fortunate to have this career, this job in music. It's certainly not the easiest thing at times, but you've only got to look around and realize that we're very fortunate. And there is definitely people out there that are not, and we're in 2016, and there's some issues out there that I don't think should even be around. And there shouldn't be anybody that hasn't got a bed tonight. There shouldn't be anybody that's going to go without a meal today. And that sounds very wide ranging, but whatever we can do in our little job, our little career, for us makes us feel better. And when we saw the victims of the Italian earthquake, we have a label, we're signed to D-Vision Records in Italy, and they told us that, because I think everybody thinks that Italy is a first world country, that they're not, there's not any issues there with the recovery, but, there's still people without beds, without their homes, and haven't been able to work since the earthquakes. And Dirty Vegas has had a great, kind of love affair with Italy, certainly in the last couple of years when we've been on the radio and we've gone gold in Italy. So and it's still today. I mean, if someone goes on iTunes today and buys, the remix album of Photograph, any song, Let the Night Set in Sun, all of those remixes, the artist share, our share, 100% of it goes to the recovery effort there.
Wow, that is very inspiring, and I hope more musicians can follow that lead. And you guys have been very busy, not only touring independently, but your other bandmates, Paul Harris, you guys have still been collaborating behind the scenes as you guys have been touring around the world. So how do you guys find time to make new music? And can you tell us a little more about maybe some upcoming releases?
Well, we are always what we call stockpiling. Even this morning, I sent some music to Paul sent some music to me. So we're always referencing stuff, so that by the time we get to that writing part, that studio day, we pretty much know where we're going to go, because we've been ping-ponging ideas back and forward. I was working with Paul last week. We're working together in 2 weeks' time. But we work remotely as well. I'll send him an idea for a track that I've just, wrote while I'm sitting in a hotel room, and Paul sends something to me, like a groove that he's written and stuff, and that's how we work. We stockpile, and some of that stuff survives, some of it doesn't. It turns into something else, or something better comes along. But we've always kind of tried to do anything, but there could be 40 tracks before we release an album. the next stage for us is exciting. I feel really good about the music that we're kind of going for, and as our experiences of, we've released 4 albums now. I never thought I'd release one. So I'm very happy to be still releasing music and people buying that, or people streaming it, or wherever they get it now. We're still here, so that's great for us.
Is there anything you can tell us specifically about any singles, or maybe the album in general? Or are you still kind of keeping it hush-hush?
I mean, I don't know if there's any kind of, specifics other than, the inspiration for it. We've been making music a long time, and we kind of, we've made some, almost like some shortcuts, in our music, that we know where we want to get to quicker. When you've been doing it this long, I'm not just talking about what kind of kick drum or whatever, but almost like where we're inspired and where we get our best material from. It's such a great time for music at the moment. There's so much incredible music out there that it's not hard to be inspired.
Right. And you've been in the music industry for so long, so obviously there's something that keeps that passion going. So since you've been doing this for so long, and you've done so much, you've done the acoustic side, solo performance, DJing. You've collaborated with people like Madonna, Justin Timberlake. Is there any mountains still left to conquer? Is there any less traveled path that you'd still like to embark down? I don't know. A couple of times, we've been asked to score movies, and time permitting, that hasn't worked. I've done it myself. I'd like to do more. I've always been really inspired the way that someone can give you something on screen, and you musically you start with that blank canvas. So I'll definitely be doing more of that stuff. Probably when I stop playing as many shows. But mountains, I don't know. I mean, I don't really tend to look backwards. We just carry on, and things will come. New music will come, new shows, maybe collaborations. Who knows? Well, I think that attitude has served you pretty well so far. I think it'll continue to do so.
Yeah, we do what we do. It's I'm truly respectful of being able to call something that's a passion of mine. It's my job. It's been a wonderful journey so far. And
I think all of your fans are very thankful for you starting this as well. Well, that's actually all the time. That's all the time we have today, and I want to thank Steve Smith again for joining me. Thank you so much, Steve.
Thanks, Alex. Good to speak.
Yeah, I had a great time today, and be sure to catch Steve on his remaining tour dates and look out for any Dirty Vegas tracks that may surface in the next few months. But this has been Alex Geist. Thank you so much for tuning in. And to stay up to date with the latest news, fashion, tickets, and contests for electronic music, your place is Mix 24/7 EDM.